Okay, we're doing an inspection here of the horizontal hive here at the house. I noticed that there's a lot of bees right here. Right there. And it's basically, that's where the end board is for the hive. So I'm wondering if they have filled everything up and I have to give them more room, but we'll see. So I'll give them a little smoke on the entrance. And start with the feeder shim. What I'm going to do first is count how many frames of bees we have down here. Last time I went in, there was a lot of hive beetles, but I believe that was because the top was left open, not closed completely. And wow. No, they got plenty of room. I don't know why they're trying to get around there, but there are some hive beetles. The hive beetles seem to be coming in from the top, not through the guardian, but through the top. So, as it looks right now, I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, almost 10 frames of bees. And wow, bunch of beetles. Beetles, 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 they suck. So what we'll do is we'll scrape all these clean and see if they'll get flat. Maybe that's why. Oh, I think the smoker might be in the way. Actually, I'll hang that down here. So we're going to separate this frame here because there's not much underneath it. So we give some room. And up we go. They're still building comb, which is amazing. But we need to do something about these beetles. They're driving me nuts. Wow, this is heavy. Look at that, that's all honey. So there's 2 frames for 1 double. It's still filling that one. I think what we'll do today also is consolidate, get all the full frames next to each other. More honey. So it's late in the day, they might get a little bit anxious. Like now. Look at this. Look at it. Isn't that beautiful honey? Look at that. Solid. So we want between 40 and 60 pounds of honey, which is between 4 and 6 frames. And we got 4 already. Got this glued in here tight. Another heavy frame. Look at that. Beautiful honey. Not seeing the winter brood yet, which should be coming up soon. Whoops. So right there, there's 70 pounds of honey. So that's a good sign. This seems a little bit light, so it might be the beginning of the brood. Nope. My goodness, look at that. There's the brood. It's a small group. Over here it looks like it just hatched out. And they're back filling with nectar. Ah, here we go, more brood. That's awesome. I got a third of a frame over here and all kinds of larvae being laid. So that's good. Let's see if I can get a little bit more smoke. Ouch. Here's the 4th frame of brood. Got some bees in there with some pollen, some uncapped larvae, bee bread. I don't see the queen, but there's proof that she's there. I think that's going to be the end of the brood. This is capping out and they're filling it with nectar. Let's see what the next one has to say. all resources. Now the thing about these double deeps is they tend, you'll see the crossbar here, but on the other side they have eliminated it and put honey all the way across, comb all the way across. Alright, so that looks good. Don't have to worry about resources. Let's tighten this all up. So what we're going to do is we're going to check over here and see why they are being so interested with this side of the hive. I'll put the camera around. There we go. So they seem to be going a lot on this side, so we're going to move this cover and see what's on the other side. I'm hoping they're just trying to seal everything up, I think. There's no robbers, which is good. There, no worries. But next year, hopefully, we will be able to open this all up and make that production. Okay, so we'll put the camera back. And as we put it back, we'll clean this up so it sits nice and tight. Alright, we're ready to close it up, and I'll throw some smoke in there to scare them away so they don't get trapped in here, because once they close the cover they can't get out. And that is our fall inspection. So what did we see? There is, each frame is a double deep, so that means it's a deep frame times 2. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 frames of double honey. All right, so average 10 a frame times 2. That's 20 pounds of honey. That's plenty for them for the winter time. and they're still capping, they're still bringing in. I'm going to put some pollen out tomorrow and try to instigate her to lay a little bit better. You get some pollen in there, and there is enough pollen in there, but if we get a little bit more, it might instigate the queen to start laying a little bit better, which is what we want. We had 3 double-sided frames of brood. Each frame was a decent round pattern. There was uncapped larvae. I didn't see any eggs, but it's hard. I'm blind anyway, and the mask, it's hard to see through. But I would rather have seen 2 or 3 frames with a good full pattern. But we'll see. I still think we're doing okay. The brood nest is probably on the left third of the frame, of all the frames. I'd have to go back and count how many frames of honey we had, but there was, total that's being utilized. I'm saying close to 12 to 13 frames. So if it's 13, it's 26 frames. Out of that, each brood frame, there's a full frame of honey above it. So when they make their nest, they'll backfill hopefully that, and the nest will move throughout all that honey. It'll start at the bottom and move all the way up, and they'll do fine for the winter. We did a mite count a couple weeks ago after treatment, and it was below, I think it was 1 for a half a cup of bees, which is good. This time of year, the mite count usually goes up because the population of the bees go down, but the population in that